So, what was the sort of like? Obviously, there's a big pricing difference between made in the USA and made in China. Right? Was it significant difference in terms of cost?
Yeah, we actually explored manufacturing in LA. There
Yep.
are sewing factories in LA, and we continue to this day exploring manufacturing in the US. We still have not found a way to make it work. It's a significant price uh, gap
Yeah.
and quality gap. So the ironic part was, we
Wow.
met with manufacturers in LA and toured sewing factories there, and the owner and manager, really neat gentleman in his late 70s, 80, had been working every day of his life. He was a Chinese native, Chinese national
Hmm.
that had moved to the US years and years ago. And he point blank told us, he was like, you should get it manufactured in China. The quality is better than that I can give you here.
Wow.
Because seamstresses are a career in China.
Yep.
And finding quality sewers, quality seamstresses in the US is quite difficult.
Mm.
And so I was like, you're paying for a lower quality and you're paying two, three, probably 3x what you would pay
Wow.
in China.
Mm.
And that's including landed cost.
Mm.
Unfortunately, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I don't think manufacturing will come back to the US in any significant way until we bridge the gap to automation and
Yeah.
robotics and AI. I think, yeah, eventually maybe gets back, but
Yeah.
we've since moved manufacturing to to India some, Sri Lanka some, Vietnam some. So it's not all in China, but it's still that South Southeast Asia block still dominates.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you're right. I don't think any of the Western countries, developed countries, are going to be able to compete until they've actually put manufacturing in a box with AI and robotics done
Yep.
with
Yeah.
minimal human. Um, I was talking to a friend of mine recently, and he said that he went into a glass factory in Australia, huge glass factory, big as a football field, and he said there's about four people in it,
Yeah.
and so automated. But
Yep.
when you get into, I suppose, clothing, it's a little different because there's a lot more detail. It's a bit messier, I suppose.
It's it's surprising and not surprising to me that it hasn't been done. There
Yeah,
are some doing it on t-shirt blanks where
yeah,
you can do cut and sew for a standardized process like t-shirt blanks.
yep.
But outside of that, no one's really doing it.
No one's cracked it yet.
Yeah.
Yep.
And given the current labor market in the US right now, I mean, it's hard enough finding labor. There's less and less people willing to do jobs that they just don't want to do.